Hello everyone! I am Iza Estinopo, a certified public accountant and welcome po sa ating Season 2, Episode 2 ng ating Negosyo at Numero Business Podcast. At ang ating topic for today ay taxpayer to strategic entrepreneur mindset. So, ano ba yung gagawin natin ngayon sa episode 2? So, ang gagawin natin, i-discuss natin ano ba yung taxpayer mindset at ano ba yung strategic entrepreneur mindset. So, nung episode 1 po natin, pinag-usapan po natin yung bakit nga ba natatakot ang mga taxpayers. Ano po? So, ngayon, pag-uusapan natin since ang taxation po ay target natin na magbago yung mindset natin from being just a taxpayer to being someone na strategic entrepreneur using the tax compliances or the tax laws that we have. So, ano ba yung old identity na sinasabi natin dito or yung taxpayer identity? I-discuss natin kung ano nga ba yan. So, most business owners are taught to have only one role. Be a taxpayer. Register, no? So, register your business, have your company name, and then register with the BIR, and then register your business permit, no? In which, compliance naman talaga po yan at required naman po talaga yan. And then, usually, ang isang taxpayer natapos na doon. Kaya ang nangyayari dun sa compliance na regular, nasa stress. So, ano ba yung mga common experiences? Waiting for deadline. So, kailan ang deadline ng annual ITR? That's April 15. So, wait natin yan, no? Meron pa tayong oras. So, ito pa yung mga common experiences natin. Asking, magkano babayaran? Magkano? Sana mababa lang, no? Ganyan yung mga usual na tanong ng isang taxpayer. In which, hindi po natin kinokondemn, disclaimer lang po, hindi po tayo nagko-condemn dito. But, we are looking at the actual scenario. Kasi if we know the actual scenario, we know kung ano po yung next na steps na gagawin natin. Ano pa yung mga common experiences? Feeling anxious every time the accountant messages. Minsan nagkaroon kami ng mga past clients na ganyan. Alam mo yun, mag-chat kami or magre-reach out kami, sir, ito po yung ating babayaran. Tapos hindi agad nila tinitignan. Siguro parang anxiety talaga sila, no? In which, ayun, bayaran na naman. Oh no, 'di ba? So, pero gusto ko pong ipaalam sa inyo, kaya po tayo nagpa-podcast dito, kaya tayo nakikinig ng ating Negosyo at Numero podcast is to remind you and to reframe your mindset na hindi ka lang taxpayer. You are a business leader. As business owners, hindi ka lang taxpayer, hindi ka lang simpleng taxpayer na mag-aantay kung magkano yung babayaran, no? Tapos maglalabas ng pera and then tapos na. It's not that easy or it's not only that, no? But you are a business leader. So ano ba yung business leader? Ang business leader ay someone who strategizes or who thinks long term for his or her business. You lead people and you want to expand your business and you are responsible for sustainability of your business. Ano po? So as an accountant, no, my role is not just to compute but to help you business owners think differently. So pag-usapan natin, ano ba yung mga taxpayer mindset? Hindi lang po yung mga sinabi ko kanina. So the taxpayer mindset looks like this. So pwede mong imaginein sa sarili mo or imagine mo yung picture ng isang tao or isang business owner na may taxpayer mindset. So, pero wag mong sabihin na or wag mong isipin na inaatake kita or kinokondemn kita kung kunyari nakaka-relate ka. Kasi wag po kayo mag-alala, nakarelate din po ako dyan. At ganyan din po ako dati. First, reactive behavior ng isang taxpayer. So, umaakto lamang or gumagalaw lang pag malapit ng deadline, in which, yes, nangyayari po talaga yan. Ano pa? Naghahanap ng cash, nag-aalala sa cash, nagwo-worry, uy, wala akong cash. So, malapit na yung tax due or yung deadline. So, sa nakukuha ng pambayad. So, yan po yung tinatawag na reactive behavior. Meron din naman pong emotion-driven decisions. Ano ba yung mga emotions na yan? Yung fear, yung stress, at saka avoidance. So, avoid tayo ng avoid na gusto natin mapaliit, mapaliit, mapaliit. Syempre na-stress din tayo kasi bakit ba ang laki ng tax payable natin or may takot din tayo o baka pag hindi ako nakakuha ng pera, ano nang gagawin ko? Baka ikulong na ako, no? So ganyan po yung mga emotions ng isang taxpayer mindset, no? In which wag po kayong mag-alala. Marami pong nakaka-relate dito. At nandito po tayo para i-address 'yan. Okay? Um, they also see taxes as burden. Yes, nakakainis naman talaga magbayad, maglabas ng pera, di ba? Lalo na po kapag merong mga issues, di ba? Another thing, they treat accounting as an expense, not a tool. So for example, you need to hire a bookkeeper kasi hindi ka marunong mag-bookkeeping. So anong gagawin mo? Magpapaka-stress ka, aralin mo yung bookkeeping para makatipid ka? Pero anong mangyayari kapag nag-focus ka as a business owner, hindi ka marunong mag-bookkeeping, kuha ka ng bookkeeper, ayaw mo, so ikaw na lang, aralin mo, nasayang yung oras mo, imbis na mapalaki mo yung business mo, imbis na mapalawig or matutukan mo yung operations mo, in which yung operations mo, ito yung cash cow mo, dito nanggagaling ang source of income, andito nanggagaling yung sales mo, 'di ba? O, anong mangyayari? Naubos na yung oras mo sa bookkeeping kasi inaral mo na siya. In which wala pong masama kung ang isang business owner ay nagbo-bookkeeping din. Pero syempre, we need to be thinking long term. Hindi naman po habang buhay tayo ang magbo-bookkeeping nito. Kasi po, tayo po mga business owners, pag naubos na po yung oras natin sa pagbo-bookkeeping, paano po natin mapapalawig yung marketing, yung sales, yung operations, paano matututukan, 'di ba? Yung paggawa ng systems, yung mga bagay na talagang dapat ipag-focus ng isang business leader. So, yan po. So, taxpayer mindset, some business owners treat accounting as an expense and not a tool. Ayaw kumuha ng bookkeeper kasi gastos. Namamahalan sa bookkeeper kasi 500 per month. Sobrang mahal daw. Pero yun yung mga nababasa ko lang naman po. But did you know that accounting is a tool. It is not an expense. It is something that will help you, no? Help you strategize or help you use your numbers, your tax compliances as a tool to expand, to grow. So the taxpayer mindset, sa madaling sabi, it is about survival, not really a direction. No? So para tayong nasa rat race pa rin, 'di ba? So pero ano naman po yung mga mangyayari kapag meron po tayong taxpayer mindset? Alam nyo ba na pwedeng ma-stuck yung business natin? So ito yung mga examples. Kapag na-stuck tayo sa taxpayer mindset, we will have, usually walang long-term planning. For example, walang confidence in numbers. Kasi po, takot na magbabayad ng malaking tax. Meron din pong mga decisions na galing sa feelings instead of sa facts. Like, ayoko, na-stress ako, liitan lang natin yung tax. Kahit hindi na totoo yung i-declare natin. So, ano nangyari? Decisions made by feelings. And sa long term po, it can backfire on your business. Yung iba naman po, ganito, natatakot naman sa growth. Ay, ayokong natatakot kami na makabenta ng more than 3 million kasi magiging VAT na kami. Ayaw namin ng 12%. Masyadong malaki. No? Kasi po, totoo naman na bigger business equals bigger taxes. But, it can keep you stuck forever sa non-VAT, for example. Na ito na lang ba yung business mo? Ito na lang ba yung desire mo? Maraming ang bumibili sa'yo, ayaw mo. Kasi natatakot kang lumaki. So, actually, hindi tax ang nagpapabigat sa negosyo. Ito po yung mindset natin. Ito po yung kakulangan ng clarity. Ito po yung basing our decisions on our feelings. And yun nga, yung taxpayer mindset, no, na talagang natatakot tayo instead of mag-move forward tayo and to step up as business leaders. So ano naman po yung strategic entrepreneur mindset? So kapag strategic entrepreneur ka, ganito ka, you expect taxes. Of course, I do business. Of course, I want to be profitable. That means I will be paying taxes. No? So tanggap mo na at hindi ka nagrereklamo or hindi ka naiinis or nalulungkot dahil magta-tax ka. So, strategic entrepreneurs, they plan, no? So, syempre, hindi naman talaga natin may aalis yung, 'di ba? Ayaw nating magbayad or gusto nating mababa yung babayaran natin. So, what do we do if we have the strategic entrepreneur mindset? We plan. Ayan. Para hindi tayo nagugulat once na bayaran na po ng deadlines. You can also use these taxes as signals on how you can know kumusta na ba yung business mo. Lumalago ba or nalulugi? Doon mo malalaman. They ask different questions. Yan, yung strategic entrepreneur daw, ito daw yung mga tinatanong nila. What do these numbers tell me? Ano ba yung nangyari sa business ko at ganito kalaki ang tax ko? Ibig sabihin, napaka-profitable ko pala. 'Di ba? So, another question, how do I prepare? Not panic. So, paano ko ba ipe-prepare to? So, syempre, dun pa lang, magpe-prepare ka na or gagawa ka na ng business decision making mo. You plan to increase your sales, for example, and to make efficient yung iyong operational costs, 'di ba? So from there, nagkakaroon ka ng magandang figures or magandang outcomes ng iyong business, 'di ba? So yung tax laws at saka yung tax compliance pa yung nakapagtulak sa iyo para gawin 'yon. So with these questions or with this mindset, yung strategic entrepreneur mindset, taxes become a planning item, a leadership responsibility, and a true reflection of your business activity. So, how can thinking like a strategic entrepreneur change everything for your business? So, ganito po yung mga practical, non-technical ways na pwede kong i-share sa inyo papaano nababago yung business ninyo if you change your mindset into being a strategic entrepreneur. Number one, you will have better cash flow decisions. Yung taxes mo, hindi na sila surprise, ito yung babayaran. Kasi naplanuhan mo na eh, na-schedule mo na-strategize mo na. 'Di ba? Na-expect mo na ito yung babayaran mo. Anticipated mo na-manage mo siya. Yan. So, you will have better cash flow decisions. You will also have better business decisions like yung pricing, yung operational costs, yung expansion, hiring, and expense control. O, meron din daw po, better sleep. Ayan. Kapag ikaw ay nasa strategic entrepreneur mindset, instead of nagugulat ka sa tax mo, na-stress ka, ang laki ng tax mo, pero dahil tanggap mo na, no? At inexpect mo na plano mo na, at na-budget mo na, you will have better sleep. You will have less anxiety, less stress, less fear of what if may mali, no? Less fear of wala akong pambayad. Walang ganon, no? You will have more confidence in the business direction. Ayan. So, ngayon, paano mo to gagawin? Actually, with the help of your accountant, kasi nga po ang mga accountant, hindi lang po kami taga-file, taga-compute, taga-submit, but we can also help you, accountants, we can help you in your strategy by, example, explaining the why behind the numbers. If, example, you have your financial statements or your bookkeeping records, we can help you interpret those data into something na makikita mo kumusta na yung business mo. Why? Ano, bakit ganito? Bakit ganito yung mga accounts payable ko? Bakit kaya ganito na lang yung cash ko and everything? O, ano pa? An accountant, a strategic accountant can also help you see patterns, no? You can do comparison of different periods. Like for example, monthly, makikita mo ito yung mga sales figures mo, expense figures mo, net income figures mo, and you can help we can help you see patterns. O pag mga buwan pala na ganito, medyo mahina ang sales natin. So ibig sabihin, meron tayong gagawing initiative para during those months, mas aggressive tayo sa marketing, for example. 'Di ba? So, and also, a strategic accountant can help you and they can act as your thinking partner. Hindi po expense lang po ang pagkuha ng accountant or pag-seek help sa accountant. They can also help you with your strategy. Ano po? Kaya ano yung gagawin natin ngayon? So ano na po yung gagawin natin? Ano na po yung action items natin or application na pwede natin gawin sa business natin for us to shift our mindset from being a taxpayer into someone na strategic. Ano? So first, stop asking only how much is my tax. So, ganito po yung next question na gawin ninyo. What should I adjust in my business because of this? So, for example, meron kang tax na 100,000. So, ano po yung dapat kong i-adjust? Kasi ganito yung kalaki yung tax ko. Or ano ba yung mga dapat na i-expect ko or next move ko? No? So, pwede mong gawin yon. So, ano pa? You can also treat accounting conversations. Example, you have a bookkeeper, you have an accountant. No? So, itrato mo yon as something na hindi mo lang aalamin kung magkano yung tax mo, but you can also use the figures for your strategy sessions, for example. Huwag mo silang itrato as something na, uy, bad news, may babayaran kang tax. No? You can use that to level up your operations, 'di ba? Strategic thinking, business decision making, 'di ba? So, we must accept the truth that growth and responsibility, they go together. Ano po, hindi po tayo nagbi-business lang. Alam po natin nagbi-business tayo para kumita po tayo, pero hindi po tayo nagbi-business lang para magbayad lang po ng magbayad, kundi gamitin po itong mga compliances na to, itong requirements ng government into something that will help us strategize and expand our business. So, alam mo ba na you don't grow into leadership by avoiding responsibility? Leadership, you are a leader. You grow by understanding responsibility. So taxes, they are our responsibilities as taxpayers of the Philippines, as business owners, no? As employers, they are our responsibilities. But we must not avoid them, no? We can turn around, no? Lumipat tayo ng mindset. Understand them and use them as tools, no? So ang tanong ko dyan din, are you running your business like a taxpayer? Or are you leading it like an entrepreneur? So, i-assess natin yung sarili natin. Baka naman meron tayong mga mindset na pwede nating baguhin. I-shift natin from being a taxpayer mindset into someone na nag-strategize. So, yun naman po. Maraming salamat po. This has been Iza Estinopo and see you po sa episode 3 ng ating Negosyo at Numero Season 2. Thank you so much po. God bless us all.